Do your job, camera. Okay, I think I'm recording. Okay, welcome to the spring semester of Survey Fundamentals. Um, Again, I'm going to be your guide through this semester. My name's Chris. A couple things here. So everybody has been through a semester at school and has an idea about Brightspace and how that works, right? I'm still trying to figure out some little nuances. So if you see something, a typo, or don't see something, or have a question, please reach out to me. One thing I do want to point out real quick, I learned later in the semester last year, if you were not aware of this, if you go up to the top where your name is in Brightspace, down here at notifications, you can get the app that works allegedly on your phone. I have problems. It doesn't seem to want to work on my phone. It's always trying to kick me out. But anyway, you go to these notifications. There are, you can select if you want to get email notifications for activity feeds, announcements, assignments, content creation, discussion boards, grades, things to that nature. It was new to me. I don't know how many people were aware of that, so I just wanted to bring it up and make sure everybody knew that as well. So the first thing going on here with Brightspace, your first module that you should see open is the welcome. I think in this class, yeah, so somebody already pointed out to me in an email, whoever's in section 2002, on here, unfortunately, it said the labs were Wednesday, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. I'm not going to be here. It was a typo. It's really in the afternoon. So here, we'll have our lectures here. I'm going to try to record them. I'm going to try my best, barring any major technical difficulties, to get them posted as quickly as I possibly can. For those of you who are in section 1, we will have our lab Wednesday mornings from 9 to 12. That's in room 132. So if you go back up the hallway, up to the top, make a right, it's the last door on the right. 130, 132, that's where we keep all of our survey equipment and things like that. And then for the folks that are in section 002, it'll be Wednesday afternoon from 1 to 4 in the same room, 132. No questions so far, right? Okay. To the best of my ability and barring any major technical difficulties, all extra material will be recorded and posted each week. Sometimes I still struggle with some of that stuff. For this book, or I'm sorry, for this class, the book we will need and be using is Elementary Surveying, the 16th edition. If you are a surveyor or want to be a surveyor, this is a great resource to have and keep, so I'd recommend buying it and just keeping it forever. If you're in construction management, I understand if you just want to rent it and just use it for the semester and then give it back, that's fine. It's definitely a good resource all the way around, though. The difference between the 15th edition and 16th edition? I'm going to say one edition. I don't know.
So it's the same wording. There's nothing like, like the NEC code book changes every so many years.
Oh,
I don't. I'm just trying to see if this is.
I don't know.
Yours is 16. This says 15. I got it from here.
Did you? Okay. I'll tell you what. If like some of the chapters seem like it's like I say, do chapter 22, read chapter 22. That's this topic, and you're like, wait a minute, mine says chapter 15.
Then
that might be. Okay. But if you see some kind of discrepancies like that, let me know. I'll definitely work with you to make sure that you're that we're on the same page. With that being said, I will have chapters like read this chapter, and there will be a quiz associated with it. It's like 6 questions. It's open book. It's online, so I mean, obviously, it's how could I say don't do open book? I don't know. It's open book. There's not a time limit on it. although you can only take it once. So as soon as you open up the quiz, that's your one time to do it. That's it. We'll get into that a little bit further here. So let's see. Okay, yeah, the course is available today. If you got some kind of major catastrophe or something comes up and you can't make a lecture, that's fine. Life gets in the way. Something happens, there's problems. I get it. Um, but if you're going to be missing time and missing work, let me know so we can kind of schedule and work to accommodate, work around if you got something that pops up. Otherwise, I don't need an email every week like, hey, I'll be there, or I'm not going to be there today. I tend to lose emails occasionally because I get a lot of them after a while. Yeah, so the labs over in 132, go down the hall to the right, and it's the last door on the right before you walk out of the building. Some of the labs, we will be doing some field work outside, out on the back hill. I tried to, for this class, try to kind of front load all the inside lab and lecture time towards the front of the semester. Hopefully, towards the end of the semester, as it starts warming up, then we'll get outside. But we might still deal with a little bit of rain or a little bit of cold weather. I can only do so much. There is a discussion board. I do have it down. Yeah, introductions. That's just to get to know everybody. Hey, go in there, put your name, tell me like what major you're in. I think there's a couple questions I want you to answer. And that's worth points. That is part of a participation. So make sure you do fill that out. Course objectives. I hope this is just being slow. Okay, yeah. This is all, so the bachelor's program for land surveying is ABET accredited. I don't really know about the construction class. I assume that's probably ABET accredited as well. Either way, this is all just kind of the ABET accredited objectives and things. I beat this like a dead horse. For those who are in surveying, I strongly recommend you pick up one of these calculators. If you're going to become a licensed surveyor, you have to take 2 national exams. They're both like 6-7 hours long. The NCES Fundamentals exam and then the Practice and Principles exam. The only thing you're allowed to take with you in that is a calculator, and they're very specific. I got a link here. Here's the calculator policy. There's a couple models of Casios, a couple models of Hewlett Packards, and a couple Texas Instruments. Now, it really breaks my heart and pains me to say this. I grew up in my surveying life using HP calculators, and not even one of these models. You can still buy these HP calculators. However, they're on eBay for like $300 to $500. So this is what hurts, is like I'm going to have to recommend not getting one of those. Like the TIs and the Casios, those models are like around $20, give or take a few dollars. Definitely worth investing in. So I have a link for the syllabus for you. I did not print any out and bring it because I wasn't sure how many people we'd see today, but we'll go through it. You can print this out at your own discretion. I will say there may be some typos. There may be some dates that get moved around. This is kind of a living document, I guess, if you will, subject to change. But I'm the instructor for the lecture and the lab. My contact information. The course meeting times, the lectures on Mondays from 1 to 3, and then the lab times depend on which section you're in, Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon. I do have office hours in Starfish. If you need to make some time to come and visit, um, all my office hours I have posted here are either in person or a phone call or Zoom Teams meeting or a phone call, whatever works best for you. Monday I'm here 9 to noon, Tuesday noon to 5, and Thursday 12:30 to 2:30. Now, if something comes up and you do need to schedule some time to talk to me and maybe these hours don't work, shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to schedule time if, Monday at 4:30 or 5 o'clock works better for you. Shoot me an email. More than happy to meet up with you. This is just what I have to post. But if you need additional time or that doesn't work for you, I'm more than willing to schedule what I can. Per the course catalog, this is foundational concepts of land surveying. We will talk about angles, distances, elevation measurements, contours, mapping, site plan fundamentals. We will complete outdoor field exercises and some manual drafting. The manual drafting is a lot of fun. Everybody loves it. Maybe me more than most, but that's okay. It's all good. Again, like where we're doing some outside field work, I'm trying to kind of push that to a little bit later into the semester when hopefully it starts getting a little bit warmer. But we still might have to deal with some bad weather, cold weather. Plan accordingly, dress appropriately. There's the ABET outcomes and program learning outcomes. So the required text here was the introduction. Again, let me know if there's anything different with your book. We'll try and make sure you stay on the same page.
The bookstore said to get to the 15th edition.
Did they?
Yeah, that's the one I bought.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't even an option for a 16.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then they were saying it was supposed to be on an ebook.
They were?
They were going away with all paper books.
Yeah,
Okay.
The paperback was like $280.
Really? Okay. This is stuff that I do not know or aware of, and I apologize for being an inconvenience for everybody. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on a 15th edition book then and make sure that everything I have lines up correctly.
If you do use the 15th edition, I have a PDF. I can just email it to everybody.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you would definitely email that to me, I would greatly appreciate that. Take a look at that. Or we'll go through kind of the general topics, the general plan for the semester, and if you want to kind of look through your book and make sure like we'll see if chapters match or not. Again, like I said, I'm going to beat a dead horse with this calculator thing, especially to those who are surveyors. Get one of these calculators, start learning it now. Surge card, I'm going to assume everybody has a surge card, knows how that all works. Is your official ID for Cincinnati State. We are going to, okay, so I do have a drafting labs, and I think I have to say per school requirements, buy the drafting lab out of the bookstore. However, I know I probably shouldn't say this. You can buy like your engineer scale, some triangles, 360 protractor, stuff like that at Staples or online or something like that. You didn't hear me say that. Attendance is required for the labs. I'm not really super hard on the deadlines. Again, I understand life gets in the way. Things happen, things come up. If you need some extra time to complete a lab, just let me know. We'll be fine. Some of this wording in these syllabus are things I grabbed from old syllabus and just trying to update for this semester. So they came from other folks, and it might say, we're going to take off 10 points every week you're late. Well, some of these might be worth 10 points. So if you're a week late, it's going to be a 0. No. I would rather you learn. I would rather you complete the content. I would rather you get that. I'm more concerned with the content completion and learning than the deadlines. So kind of a complete opposite of how the real world works.
Say it again, what you say?
I'm more concerned with you learning the content and turning the content in than a hard deadline. If it goes past a little bit, that's fine.
You give grace a little bit.
Oh yeah, I give grace on that. I'm going to say this though. I will say week 16 of the semester, the final week, I will not accept anything. That's going to be my only hard deadline. Hopefully you have everything in before then, but the last week of the semester is going to be the absolute last time I will accept anything. Just don't drop everything on me at one time. Grade scale's kind of standard there. 90 to 100's an A, 80 to 89's a B, so on and so forth. I think everybody's kind of seen something similar to this or familiar with that general setup. This should be pretty accurate here. I believe I got this nailed down right. So we do have the student introduction. That is due by Saturday. That's worth 10 points right off the bat. We will have 2 exams, a midterm and a final. We will have 8 quizzes that are 12 points apiece and 8 labs that are 10 points apiece. I do expect attendance. I do want to see you here.
All of those are online, no paper, right?
Correct.
You were saying something about the quizzes, though. What did you say earlier about the quizzes? You said once you start them, you can't stop them. Is that what?
It's like once you sit down and open up the quiz,
Timer starts?
there's no timer, but you only got the one time to open it up and complete it. So yeah, it's not like you can save it and then come back and open it up later and finish it. It's 6 questions. It shouldn't be too terribly difficult. I would put like an hour time limit on it, and I think that would probably be more than enough. If you feel like you need a time window like that, I'd be more than happy to slap a timer on it. I just didn't. But you do have one shot. As soon as you open it up, that's your one time to do it. Yeah, course schedule. The labs may change as necessary to account for weather. We'll kind of play it by ear as we go. So this week's not a whole heck of a lot going on. I really wanted to kind of do the introduction, say hi, get to know everybody, introduce myself, go through the class and general expectations and the general schedule. So if you don't have your book, that's going to be your, part of your assignment this week. Get your book. And get a calculator too. So really the thing that's going to get you your points is going to be the discussion board. Week 2. I don't think I have it on here, but I believe next Monday is Martin Luther King. Oh, I do have it on here. So campus is closed. You can come here, but the doors will probably be locked if you really want to come here anyway. You can sit outside in the parking lot, I guess. I don't know. So there's no no lectures next Monday. We will use the lab time and kind of have a lecture. We're going to start talking about some unit conversions and field notes. If you want to check your 15 book, your 15th edition, I have chapter 2 is unit conversions and field notes.
Unit significant figures and field notes.
That is chapter 2. Excellent. Well, that's good to know we're on the same page right off the bat. So that's going to be assigned reading. It's chapter 1, chapter 2. We'll have an open book quiz. And I do have a due date on these quizzes. I would like you to kind of keep up with these. They'll be open on Monday, and you have until Saturday midnight to complete the quiz. Excuse me. Again, they're like 6 questions, multiple choice, true, false, maybe a fill in the blank matching. Fairly basic. Just kind of make sure you got some general concepts down. And I do actually have like due dates on here and time stuff for you. The third week, there's Indiana Society of Professional Surveyors State Conference. I'm going to be attending that Wednesday through Friday, so we'll not have any in-person lab. What we're going to do is talk about theory of errors and observations, which is chapter 3, distance measurements, chapter 6, angles, azimuths, and bearings, chapter 7. Do those chapters line up? Please say yes. Please say yes. Yeah, this is a new curveball thrown at me here. I was not aware that was going to be a situation.
We got that PDF, so it was okay.
You said 7 is angles, azimuths, and bearings.
Yeah. How about distance measurements? 6. And theory of errors and observations?
Level theory, and that's 4. Hold up. You said 3?
3. What's chapter 3?
Yeah, theory of errors.
Theory of errors.
All right. Good. Well, to kind of answer your question, it sounds like these are all kind of lining up. That's good.
I had a question about the calculator. Has any of your students said it is maybe compatible with the smart Apple phone? Because you could change the calculator on a. I'm just trying.
You're not going to be a surveyor, right? You're in construction management?
Land survey.
You are in land surveying? Okay. If your goal is to get your license, you're going to need to take those 2 national tests at some point.
Oh, that's right.
Those calculators I listed are the only things you're allowed to take in with you. Yes. You cannot take in your watch, your smartwatch. You cannot take in your phone. You can't even take in your car keys.
Oh, okay.
Like literally the only thing you can carry in with you is that calculator. So that's why I stress like
Okay.
now that's for then. And I just kind of recommend, get that as soon as you can so you can start learning how to use it. Do you absolutely have to have it for this class? No. You want to use your phone for now? Okay.
That's an FYI for the future.
Yes. Yes. So that's why I start stressing it early. So we will have a lab that day. It's more or less going to be a worksheet going through angle calculations and things like that. Oh, okay. We might glance through the angles then, because it looks like I got week 4 angles, bearings, azimuths, which chapter 7, which we already mentioned, is good on that. Week 5, we will talk about boundary surveys. Boundary surveys hopefully be in chapter 21. There will be a quiz on that as well. Yep, good, thank you. Week 6 is the Ohio Professional Surveyors Association conference, state conference. I will be attending that as well from Wednesday through Friday. So again, we'll have no in-person lab during those. Probably some worksheets or something, work on your own online or print out and fill out or whatever. I do believe I found like where we have some worksheets, if I have some old worksheets that have been used for a long time, if you print them out, fill them out, take a picture of those, or if you have access to a scanner, scan them, and you can submit them through Brightspace that way. So that is perfectly acceptable. Week 7, we'll start reviewing for the midterm. We'll finish up that last lab. And week 8 will be our midterm exam. That will be online. Week 9 is spring break. That runs from I think Wednesday through Sunday. In a way, I kind of feel like that might give me enough time to actually get caught up on grades or get everything graded. So there's classes or schools open Monday, Tuesday, but it's like I'm not really going to mess with anything then. So I'll just say, enjoy your spring break. Have a couple extra days as far as I'm concerned. Week 10, we'll start talking about total stations and instruments and traversing, which hopefully are chapters 8 and 9 in the book. Uh-oh, got a typo. I have to fix that. That we will start getting outside, start doing stuff, doing outside labs. Week 11, we're going to talk about leveling. We'll have a leveling field procedures, computations. We'll do that as a lab outside, run level loops, transferring elevations. It's a good time. You're going to love it. Trust me. Same thing with running the traverse outside with the total stations. They're going to be a blast. You're going to love them. All you folks that aren't surveyors are going to be like, yeah, surveying is such a glamorous lifestyle. I'm transferring my major. I'm a surveyor now. At least that's my goal. We're up to week 12, talking about mapping surveys and doing a topographic survey. So what we'll actually do is go outside and we will collect topographic data. I think what we'll probably do is use the robotic total stations too. I'm kind of updating some stuff on this and changing some of the things. What we're going to end up doing the following week is the mapping. We're going to do some point plotting. So we're going to take all of the points that we located for our topographic survey. We're going to plot those out using our protractor and scales, plot out where all the points fall, and we're going to learn how to interpolate and generate a contour map, create a contour map. It's quite a bit of math, but it's not difficult math. It's time consuming, but it's not hard. We'll go through that. That actually last semester when I did this class, the point plotting and generating contours took quite a bit of time. So I'm trying to give you guys plenty of weeks to get that finished, because like I said, it is time consuming. Oh, and let's just go back to here. Let me go back. The boundary. When we start talking about boundary surveying, that's going to be in our drafting lab. We're actually going to take a legal description, a deed, and we're going to hand draft that property and all the pertinent information that is in that deed and turn it into a survey plat.
The drafting kit, I forgot what Ms. Carroll said about that.
Yes, I'm going to just say technically you're supposed to get that from the bookstore. However, you can. I'm not supposed to say this out loud, but you can get that stuff like a Staples or whatever, or Walmart or whatever. You might have to go pick out the individual things you need.
Just Google a list for the drafting kit.
Yeah, or go to the bookstore and see if you can get one, see what's in it, and then make your list. But I think I have to say, yeah, you got to buy it at the bookstore. You know.
Someone said the bookstore isn't even stocking it anymore.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, I think I saw that email last week.
I am so out of touch with stuff, I guess.
I've been trying to get the kids since they between that and they saying the book.
So I think you might as well just go to like Staples and buy it.
But I need to
Yeah,
list, though.
you can do that. So
Yeah, you're right. You can go over there and take a picture.
what you would need would be an engineer's scale. I'll try to go off the top of my head here as best I can. So We do have the draft. Somebody's got the drafting scale here, right? Okay, great. So I'm going to try to go off of memory what's in that thing and correct me if I'm wrong. There's an engineer scale in there. That's the one we really need. If you have an architect scale, I like to say the proper way to use an architect scale is to pick it up, walk over to the garbage can, drop it in. That's the surveyor in me. I would say you don't, for this class, you will not need the architect scale. Okay, 2 triangles, a 30, 60, 90 triangle and a 45-degree triangle. Probably, I would say, what are those, like 8-inch triangles? You don't want to get the little tiny triangles. You want to get something that's kind of bigger. Like you want to get like a triangle that's going to be like 8, 10, and 12 inches, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right? No, get 8, get the 8 to 10 and all three. In 30, 60, and 90.
That's going to be one triangle.
Okay. All 3 of them, but get the big one.
And then there's going to be a 45-degree triangle.
So
Yeah.
all these is one.
May I see your triangles? Can I see your triangles real quick? Excuse me. Thank you. So this would be your 30, 60, 90 triangle, and then a 45-degree triangle. Don't get little tiny ones. Some at least this big. Shoot. Let's see, what else you need? A drafting pencil, mechanical pencil, a full 360-degree protractor. Yeah, protractor? Oh, yeah. That's definitely... All right, you know what? I want to just steal the whole thing for a sec. I'm sorry. Thank you. It is. A full 360-degree protractor. We have some drafting pencils, lead. I don't have any particular preference on like the lead. Like you can get HB or B or whatever, all the different numbers. This is an eraser shield. This can come in very handy. A separate eraser is also very nice and handy, critical to have. I do not have one here with me, but a small template that has different shapes to it. Like this has circles, squares, 2, 4, 6 hexagons, triangles, arrows. There's a small timely template that's like maybe 3 inches by 6 inches. That's sufficient. Just a little template that has some different shapes to it. Okay, this is an architectural template. I would say the best way to use this would be to walk over to the garbage can and drop. No, I'm kidding. Anything architecture related, we're not going to need it for our drafting and in this class. Thank you very much. I think that should pretty much cover everything we will need for the drafting labs. Yeah. And that's, we have a survey plat we will draft. We will draft up a survey plat and point plotting and generating contours. Otherwise, a lot of times we'll be outside measuring angles, transferring elevations, doing a level loop, and topographic survey collecting points. Week 14, there is NSPS student competition in Washington, D.C. That actually is going to go Monday through Thursday. The school, we take a group of students there and compete in survey competitions against other colleges all around the country. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. I did that last year, took a group of students out. I'm proud to say that Cincinnati State finished in the top 10. We used to place a lot higher years and years ago, and years before I got here, apparently we finished very low. So we finished in the top 10. We're making progress. We're doing really well. It's really cool. Like one day, they give you a map of monuments, and you just go through Washington, D.C., you pick your route. You go wherever you can and try to collect monuments, how many monuments you can find. They're easy to find. It's not like you gotta go digging or anything. Another day, we were out on the mall by the Washington Monument and doing some other competitions like run a traverse with an old compass and chain, and then had to mathematically close it. You have to do some mathematical calculations, some triangulation, do some calculations for a layout and for a boundary. And you get to use like old transits, compass and chain, GPS, or bioctile stations for all these various events. And that's how they, then you get scored on how you do with all these. And that's how we finished in the top 10 last year. It's a lot of fun. So anybody who's in surveying, next semester or something like that, maybe be thinking about that. So week 14 in April there, I don't think we're going to have anything going on other than for you to be working on your point plotting lab. Week 15, we'll do an introduction kind of little thing to global navigation satellite systems, or you're probably more familiar with hearing GPS. Real quick about that, we say GPS very generically. GPS is the Global Positioning System, and that's the United States specific constellation of satellites. Russia has their own GLONASS. China has their own. The European Union have their own constellations, and they're all doing the global navigation satellite systems. That's kind of the whole umbrella name. GPS is like the United States brand specifically. And we just kind of use that term generically, meaning all of it. We'll get into that more that week. And then week 16 will be our final exam. That'll cover the whole entire semester. That'll be online. And for what it's worth, this is a picture I took in the fall semester of some of the students working on the lab outside. It's a good time. Lots of fun. It's going to be a blast. You're going to love it. Surveying is a glamorous lifestyle. I can't say it enough. So I did say I'm pretty lax with due dates and things. I'm going to try to be a bit more of a stickler with these quizzes. If you don't get it done by the due date, I'm going to say that is going to be it. If you did not get it, that's going to be a 0. The labs, I have due dates on those, but if something happens, you need more time to work on it, fine. I'm willing to work with you and be a little more lax on those. Again, I prefer you don't dump everything on me at the end of the semester. What else we got on here? The no-show policy. I think everybody's probably had some experience with that or has heard of that from other classes. I think it's like the first 2-3 weeks. If you're not here or don't participate, then I have to mark you as a no-show. Now, those who may be on financial aid, that can have some financial aid implications. I don't know exactly what they are. I would recommend talking to the financial aid office if you have more questions about that. Withdrawing from the course, if you need to withdraw from the course, things happen, that's fine. Would like for you to have a talk with you before you do that, just to make sure, if you feel like you need to withdraw because you're not doing well because of grades, talk to me first. Let's see where you stand and if there's anything we can do to get your grades up. I'm more than willing to work with you. I really don't want to fail anybody. I want everybody to succeed. Student who's enrolled and doesn't attend any class sessions of the course for consecutive equivalent 20% of the total length. Okay. This is just kind of administrative school policy type stuff. Again, please contact me if you're going to miss a significant amount of time, dude, and hopefully it's because of an emergency, not just because you're sick of seeing me, because we're going to have so much fun together. You're not going to want to. You're not going to want to miss this class. Right? Yeah, okay, good. Like a couple head nods there. That makes me feel better. College communication. So everybody's got a school email account. Should check this frequently for important announcements and communications. That's kind of why the first thing I went through with that Brightspace was the notifications. So you can select what you do get emails to and what you don't get emails for. Your preference. I'm not going to chase you down. And students should conduct all email communications with faculty and staff of the college using your email or, Brightspace. There's a typo. We don't use Blackboard in a minute. Any questions on any of that stuff? The IT help desk. I don't know if anybody's had any interactions with them. If you have any technical problems related to Brightspace, email, or other tech services, you can call or email the help desk. I think they're still considered, I think, in the main building, but on the news side, up on like the 3rd floor, maybe. Does that sound right? By the conference center. Academic integrity, ethical conduct is the obligation of every member of the Cincinnati State community. One of the main things of being a professional land surveyor is acting in an ethical way. Surveyors are to protect the health, benefit, and welfare of the public. So we must act in an ethical way. Hopefully, as students, you will do the same. Don't lie, cheat, steal, that kind of stuff. Hopefully that seems kind of basic. Penalties imposed by the instructor are limited to those actions whose ramifications fall within the confines of the class, such as failure of the assignment or failure of the course. The instructor has the option of filing a report of the incident with the provost for documentation purposes, and only the provost can impose suspension or dismissal from the college. Just feel like I probably ought to say that. It's probably important for me to say. I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt until you prove me wrong. Disability services. So the Office of Disability Services ensures that students with special needs receive academic accommodations they need in the course of study. Any student or prospective student who has a disability may register with the office. Again, if you think you may have any special needs, please reach out, call them, or visit them, or email them. That stuff's all confidential. So I'm not going to, I'll get an email from that office, but I'm not going to sit here in front of the office and say, that person needs special accommodations. That's not, it's confidential. The things I can do for you is if the exams will probably be timed, like you'll have a 3-hour window, say, to do that. Special accommodations that I can make for you on cases like that would be offer you a 5, 6, 10-hour window, give you more time to complete the test. I can do those sort of things. We can kind of play stuff out by ear if you have any kind of physical limitations when we're doing lab activities outside. Again, all confidential. Then we have Title IX, which is a federal civil rights law that prohibits discrimination based on in the base of sex in the college programs and activities. Sexual harassment, including sexual violence and retaliation, are forms of discrimination prohibited by Title IX. Staff and faculty have a duty to report and duty to act of instances or situations or observations that could meet discriminatory and or harassment guidelines. If you're unsure of someone's duties and abilities to maintain privacy, ask them before you speak to them. Assure confidentiality in instances that might qualify. Problems may be reported to college counseling services. Reports of sexual violence, assault, discrimination, or harassment may also be reported by contacting the Director of Human Resources. They also may be filed online at this link below. My bottom line, watered down version is, we're all human beings. We're going to treat each other with the same amount of respect. I don't care who you are, where you come from, or your preferences or beliefs or anything like that. We're here to learn, and that's all that matters to me. So there's some additional support services. You're encouraged to use support services available, such as those listed below. We have the tutoring center, we have the writing center, the math center, counseling center, and the ESL resources, which is that sign language? English second language. Okay. That too. And that is the syllabus all wrapped up. Does anybody have any questions about anything? We want to keep this nice. We're going to keep this respectful. We're going to have fun. Fun's my big priority in learning. You got to have fun what you're doing. If you don't like it and you're not having a good time, you're not learning. And then down below here, we do have the introductions, which will take you to a discussion board. Again, this is worth 10 points. This also counts as part of your participation. Not too hard, shouldn't take too terribly long. Not looking for like any kind of crazy personal information, just your name, your major, you have any surveying experience, and if so, what type of work have you done? What do you hope to learn from this course? And if you care to, this is optional. List 3 interesting facts about yourself. If you want to or not. We could do the old fun icebreaker, do 2 truths and a lie and have to figure out what the lie is. No, that's not really kind of I don't like participating in those sort of things. So I'm not going to make anybody else. I'm sorry?
When you started, it shows where you left off at. I don't see where it says 50%. I only needed one more thing to do. It's showing as if I'm not over here. I'm supposed to be like all of these. How do I see my post? I did this Saturday. It's like I'm starting a new thread.
You don't. Oh,
Normally
well.
when I went back, it was it should already
Let's see.
been there.
I'll say go
Okay,
back on real quick.
How do I back out of it? I don't know how to do this.
Well, Can we hit the back button, or just maybe close that tab? Close that tab. Close that one tab there. Okay, so so we were here. Scroll down.
This is far down I go. Again, right here. See?
And on this, okay, scroll up on this one then.
See, no post. I did this Saturday. And the other day somebody went in and changed my major. Carol physically, we was on the phone for like 4 hours.
Oh goodness.
And she helped me change it from paralegal to land survey. And then 2 days ago, when I did my homework Saturday, my major was changed to paralegal. And now this, I just told her about that, because luckily I spoke to her. We both changed it together. I started my work this weekend. Know for sure I responded to a star. I think we got a star in this class. I responded to her. She was the only one that had responded at that time, and it was at 50%. I don't want to be getting further along and I just changed my password. The 90-day thing just.
Oh yeah,
So
that weird thing.
that didn't start. None of these glitches started until that password was like coming towards. You got a week to change it. You got 4 days or something like that. So now that it's changed.
So now you're not going.
Credit for my work.
You're not going to see all this stuff because as the instructor, I have these are all the modules, and I have them. They're going to open up like this date, this date, this date. You'll see all that stuff.
But the introduction, it's like I never touched it.
I'll tell you what, for the fun of it, close this tab and just open up Brightspace brand new again. Oh, what's this one? Yeah, close that.
Okay. But you see.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, now let's open up a brand new and let's go to Brightspace. Sometimes I found like it'll act a little glitchy with me. It's like I just close it, reopen it, and then it seems
loads back up.
Sometimes. I'm not super tech savvy with this.
And make sure you see what I'm seeing. And if I'm turning stuff in, if it's disappearing while I'm doing, I just want eyeballs on it.
It's all good. I'm willing.
All right, thank you.
I'm not a.
Gotta wait for this. I think it's put my info, my password. Oh no, it took me right to it.
Okay. Space courses. Sometimes this website seems so slow.